Hi everybody, welcome back to Stumpy Grump Scale Speed Shop. This video I am going to show you how I prepped and painted and detailed, didn't really detail them too much, but detailed the wheels and tires, the 3D printed wheels and tires I got from Mean Machines Models on eBay. These things are fantastic looking wheels and tires. I wish I would have took some video of them when I got them. Or even pictures. I didn't even do that. I was just so excited to get them and get started on them. I washed them that night and everything. I'll tell you about it in a video. But here is how I did it. Once again, these are smooth, nice 3D prints. Highly recommend checking this guy out on eBay. Great prices, free shipping, and just excellent, excellent product. All right, so here's how I did it. So for the wheels and tires, let me show you what you get. I'll leave some pictures up here. I didn't take any pictures when I got them. Okay, I should have, but I didn't. I didn't know I was going to do this. So as the pictures go by, they come in 5 baggies. Okay, the 15x7 wheels come in a separate baggie. The two 15x8 wheels, then the 2 15x7 tires, and the 2 15x8 tires. All those come in separate baggies by the pairs. Okay, and then you get a baggie of the disc brakes. So that's 5 baggies that you get. Okay, really good stuff. So I took everything, and the first thing I did was, that night that I got them in the mail, actually, I washed them in. I just put them in a little cup here with Dawn dishwater, washed them off, let them soak for a little bit, and scrubbed them with a toothbrush. Then I got out the Stynylrez black primer the next morning, let them dry overnight. The next morning I got Stynylrez black primer, and I sprayed all the parts. I sprayed the wheels and the tires. Okay, I'll put them right here now at the tires. So I sprayed everything in primer. Okay, that dries in like 10 or 15 minutes. So then I took this Jelly Roll pen. I got a package of 3 of them at Hobby Lobby for $4.99. Just Jelly Roll pens. Okay. Now, I really hadn't used these before. I kind of tried and was unsuccessful, but I figured I'd try them and see what happens today, because these have really nice outlines for the lettering. Okay. So black primer, and then I took my Jelly Roll pen and very carefully, each letter, individual letter. Now, the tip starts to dry, so you might have to wipe it off a few times per tire, 3 or 4 times per tire maybe. Maybe if I would have put clear on it, it wouldn't have happened that way. But I didn't use clear first, I just did it right over the Stynylrez primer. So that's what they look like, guys, with the Jelly Roll pen. Now this is shiny, this is glossy white, it'll dry glossy. So after I lettered all of them, I then sprayed multiple coats of Createx Matte Clear. I'll get it in camera here. Createx Matte Clear. That's the matte clear that I use to knock down the brightness, and you know, the tires aren't going to be shiny. So I did this all in one day basically. I primed them, which is basically painting them. That's the color I used, just black primer. Then I did the Jelly Roll pen. That dries in 15 or 20 minutes. And then the clear, 3 coats of clear, each 10 or 15 minutes to dry. And these babies are done. They look fantastic. I just love these tires from Mean Machines Models on eBay. These are fantastic, I think. Absolutely fantastic. Now I'll do a quick run of what I did with the brakes the disc brake rotors and calipers that you get. Okay, after primer, I then sprayed them with Vallejo Metal Color Chrome. Okay, I like using that. I don't want it shiny chrome, more of a stainless steel look, and I think they look pretty good that way. And then, you know, again, 15 or 20 minutes to dry. And then Tamiya Clear Red for the calipers. Just brushed it on. The Tamiya Clear Red. I don't know if I'm going to use these or not, though. I don't know how they're going to fit. I don't know if they're going to fit on there the way I got things. We'll see. I might not. I'm going to try to. But that's the brakes, the brake rotors and calipers that you get. Very, very nice looking there, too. Now I'll show you where I'm at with the wheel process. Okay, these were, once again, primed with Stynylrez primer. And then I airbrushed Molitor Chrome on. I just have the refill pen, just dripped 15 or 20 drops into the airbrush cup, maybe not even that, 15, and spray it on. What I also did was, very crudely and maybe not very well, I made some circular masks for for the tools that I had and the skills that I have. I got okay enough. Okay, this is all sprayed Molitor Chrome. I will pop off from the back, I will pop off the tape when this dries a little bit, maybe a couple days, and then I will go in and paint the spokes separately. But I wanted the smooth rim part, you know. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see what this does, whether it works or not, okay? So that's the step I'm at with the wheels. And in just a second here, I will show you what it looks like with the tape off, if it's successful. And here's what they look like all done. I'm skipping forward. What I did was I took my Molitor Chrome and I use just a water bottle cap, and I dip 1 or 2 drops into the cap, and I just set it up at an angle. Like that. So that it doesn't pool out into the cap and dry. I keep it angled so it stays pooled in one spot and it doesn't spread out and dry fast. Okay, so that's what I do. Then I use a paintbrush. I don't use a super thin one. I get, you know, whatever this is, a 3/0. You can use a thinner paintbrush. It doesn't really matter. This works well. And I just dipped the brush into the chrome. If I can keep it steady here, just dipped it in and painted it on. Very carefully, but just painted each spoke. And then I touched up any spots that I might have missed when I airbrushed and I masked it. I also did the lug nuts with the brush very carefully. Okay, and before I did all of that, I drilled a hole for my valve stems through the wheel there. So I drilled a hole for my valve stem. Then I painted them all. And then I put in the copper wire that I used and then painted the copper wire. And that is the finished wheel. Now, when you put the wheel into the tire, these were a little loose. These fit a little loose. So I did very carefully, get back to this stuff, the super thin Instacure. And I got it where I wanted it, seated it right, and just barely let a little bit of this glue seep into into there. Now, make sure you have the rim sitting exactly where you want it in the wheel or in the tire, the wheel and the tire, because as soon as this stuff hits it, it's glued. As soon as this hits that, you're barely going to budge it. So work on getting everything right, okay? So that's what they look like. Here's a rear tire. Wheel and tire. Very, very, very nice wheels and tires. These things are very smooth. I mean, I guess I probably could have sanded the spokes just a little bit, but I didn't do anything except wash them in Dawn dish soap, Dawn dishwater. That's all I did. I didn't clean them up, sand them down, or anything like that. That is how smooth and clean these prints are from Mean Machines models. I really, really like them. Okay, I'll go to the back. It looks like I'm going to be able to use the brake rotors and calipers here. So I got them in and I put them on. I got these wheels on already. So looks like they're going to fit. I haven't measured it to see if it actually fits inside on the body or not. I suppose I could do that next. But I drilled this out too before I did any painting. Let me tell you that. Find the size of drill bit that's the same size as your axle hub here. It's a tight fit, but it goes in. Okay. And there are, fix this just a little bit. They spin, but barely. The wheels and tires, okay? And the fronts. They fit real, real nice. Next, I'm going to put them on the chassis and see if they fit on the body. But this is just for the wheels and tires. All right. Up next, I might have the interior, how I paint and detail and assemble the interior. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, thanks for watching Stumpy Grump Scale Speed Shop.